Hello again, and welcome to Personal Productivity Using Technology CS150 with Dr. X. Today we are exploring Microsoft Office Word Chapter 4 from your book Microsoft Office Exploring Office 2013, and Chapter 4 is one of my most favorite chapters. Okay, I know I've said this before a couple of times. Anyway, I like everything with these tools, but what I like with Chapter 4 is that it's so usable in any of your classes. The things that you learn in Chapter 4 are, for a start, how to collaborate using Word. So, whether you like it or not, and I know, there's many of us that want to work on our own, no collaborators, no teams. We have to deal with this. We even have to deal with collaborators in school when we work in groups and teams for our school projects. So if we want to collaborate to compose a Word document, we will learn all the cool features that Word has to help us collaborate. After that, we will learn how to add comments and track our changes, which is all within this umbrella of collaboration. So, what do you think? Get started? Sure. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our famous H drive. Oh yeah, that's the thing we use all the time, H drive. That's the part of our drive that is what? Think about it. It's that C word that I really like. Cloud. Yes, it's the cloud storage for JU, and we can access that from any computer in the library or in the classroom laboratory. And we will go to CS150H, which is for hybrid class. And here we go. We will open this very nice folder, the Word folder, and here I have downloaded the sample document that you can find where? Well, as I'm opening this document, let's think, where can I find this Word document? Well, I need to open a browser and then go to blackboard.ju.edu and add my JU login and password, and then get on Blackboard. And there in my course directory documents, I can find my nice documents that I use in every lab. I know you're trying to guess my password. It's really long. So here we go, a CS150 course, and the structure, of course, is on your left side, and we've got our course documents, Word, documents used in Word. By now, you have heard this 4 or 5 times, so I bet you know where to find the Word documents that we use in this lab. And here it is, W03C1 Tulip. Well, it has a little different name here. It's W04C1 Tulip. Not a big difference. So here we go right now. Okay, we've got our tulips document, and there's all these weird things here. These are called comments. You may have seen this before once or twice, and these are comments from one of the authors of this document, and they do not appear in the actual main document, which means that they're also not going to be printed out if I go to my Backstage, print. There will be no comments. The comments that are here, if I choose, they are not going to be printed out. So they're not going to be printed out, period. So going back to to my main document. Here I am on my main document. Which tab is the one that is so useful for comments? Let's think, could it be home? And when in doubt, as I have told you several times, click around in your tabs. Well, normal thing would be to go to insert, because this comment looks like a weird object. So can I see any comments here? See, I've told you before, this is a method that I'm using in order not to memorize, but understand. Understand Word, understand Excel, understand what the developer of Word was thinking when they were making those tabs. Hopefully they were thinking how to make this more usable and not the opposite, how to make your lives more difficult. So anyway, I don't see any comments here. I see all the cool stuff that we have used, quick parts, take time, and some things that we are going to use, symbols, pictures, but I don't see comments. Well, I don't think design, I mean, these are different designs of your document, different templates for the document. No, not really, not page layout. I think that I'm gonna try my luck with review, because references, no way. I mean, these are references for different sources. View is just different views of the document. Reviews is the right place, because we are reviewing our document at this point and commenting on how things should be done and collaborating. And indeed, not because I knew it, but because it makes sense, the comments features and comments options are in the review tab. So here I can add a new comment, delete, have a previous comment, a next comment, all of these great options. And what is this blue button? It's a toggle button. We've seen that before. If I click on the toggle button, the documents are not shown anymore. If I click again, it becomes blue. It's selected, so the documents are on. Very cool. So let's say I want to add my own document. Here I am, new comment. Is that cool or not? My comment has got a different name. Oh yeah, that's good news. And where do I get that name? This is Dr. X's comment. Let's say that this is Dr. Well, your comment should be a little more specific as to this should include a source. Well, let's make a more meaningful comment. But let's see. Where did I get this comment from? File, authors. I am the person that is modifying this document. I am the author and my name goes to this comment. Okay, so let me see some options. Let me show you some amazing options for your comments. Okay, here they are. Okay, so track changes options are here, and these are tracking the changes for collaboration. One of the changes is the comments, so you can see that comments and formatting, that's balloons and all market to show, reviewing pane, change username. For example, you see that's the username that from which my comments are picked and used. Advanced options. Advanced options are very cool because I can change my balloons. I can change my balloons to appear on the left margin. If I click OK, they appear on the left margin. Okay, I'm gonna pull it back to the right. I can measure my balloons differently and change the width of my balloons. Let's make them a little smaller. And orientation for printing, preserve or change the orientation. Now here's other things in the advanced track changes options. Track changes helps collaborators keep track who changed what. And the super nice thing here is that I can change my marking. I can change my marking instead of underline to be, let's say, strike through for insertions. I can change the deletions to be underlined, but it doesn't make much sense, so I'm going to keep it as it is. So deletions are going to be strike through, insertions are going to be underlined. And I can change and use cool colors for my changes. So how cool is that? So I can modify my track changes tool the way I'd like this. So I can even keep track of formatting changes. Like I changed some characters to bold, I can keep track of that. Tables highlighting, I can keep track of that. Even I can keep track of the moves, something that I move from one spot to another one. So let's see this in practice. Okay, so let's say I want to say Holland from Persia. Let's say I want to change, oops, nothing happens. Undo. What do I need to do to track my changes? Maybe I need to select this toggle button that tracks changes. And now, if I delete something, you can see that there's a very nice markup, and I can use all markups. So now this is a view. Okay, this means that if I choose the simple markup view, I only see this dash that shows that there's been a change. Now, if I want to get cluttered and overloaded, I can say, show me all the markup. Okay, I'm making changes here. Show me all the markups. So now I see the strike through that I was changing in my track changes pane. I also see this dash that indicates, and then I can say from India. So now you can see the turquoise, the beautiful turquoise that I chose, and the underline, because this is an insertion. So all of these cool things can be shown or not. So I can unshow the comments or show the comments. It's like toggle, but it's a check way to show the markups. And review pane, so that the review pane shows all the nice revisions that I've done so far, and it can also be horizontal, however you like this. And it's like a toggle as well. So if you unselect that toggle, it gets unblue, and therefore you're not showing your review pane anymore. So all of these cool things can be done to facilitate your collaboration. So let's say I make tulips bold. Let's see, is it going to track that change? Bold and underline and italic, let's say. So you can see that there is a dash, and there is also something like a comment that tracks that a few seconds ago I formatted this with bold and italic. How amazingly cool is that? Now imagine, okay, you save this. I'm currently saving this in my H drive, but let's say I save this in my cloud documents, okay, and I'm gonna call this Xenia Cloud, and then I can collaborate with people. I can share this document through SkyDrive, the way I showed you in a previous lecture, and collaborate with people in real time, modifying this document and keeping track of what we're doing. Super cool. So, for example, I can move a paragraph. Let's see if I'm going to get to track this change from here. See, I did Control X, which is for cut, which is the shortcut for cut, and I'm moving this here. So now this is a different track change format. This is green, underline, double underline. Actually, this is for moving, because I moved the paragraph from one spot to another. All right, so all of this markup is cool, but of course I don't want to keep it for the final document, which I'm going to send to my professor or to my boss. So here's what I need to do at the very end. That's why the review exists. I can look at all the changes and the comments of my collaborators, and starting from the beginning of the document, you can see this looks like a cover page, chapter 1. So starting from the beginning of the page, I can go to the next change, accept, and move to next. So about comments, I don't need to do much. I can just accept the comment and move on. But if I accept the change that I just made from India, I can accept this change, and then India is no longer marked up. It is an accepted change, and the color changes. Then accept, and again, I can move to next, or I can speed up the process and accept all the changes. I can just move to previous or next changes just to look around and see what's happening with the previous and next buttons. And I can even reject a change. Let's say this change. If I go on this change, I rejected it, so the paragraph was not moved. So undo or Control Z, and then reject, just to show off again that I rejected that change. So with all these super cool tools, you can collaborate and be able to review all the changes that have been done and see what's going on with your document and have the perfect collaboration. You may never have to be in the same room with your collaborator that you may not like very much. And that's it for the first part of Chapter 4 for Microsoft Office Word 2013 Exploring series. I will see you next time.